want you to pass a message to Ngannou before we let him go.
All about your blah, blah, blah.
He's the heavyweight champ now. He's rich. Bigger shirts. He does not need to wear such small shirts every time. Tell Francis get some bigger clothes, man.
DC said you are now the heavyweight champion of the world. You're rich. You can buy bigger shirts that fit you. You don't have to have the small shirts anymore.
I'm rich like you, DC. On my way.
Yes, DC, you heard him.
And also, man, I'm a sexy guy, DC. What's wrong with you, man? Oh, the girl tell me I look good.
The girl's telling me look good. So what you say?
The champ. Hey, fellas, congratulations on our success. Usman, good luck tomorrow, man. Have fun. Get some rest, recovery, hydrate.
My friends, especially you all about your blah, blah, blah. Welcome. You still have one of the best usernames I've ever seen in my life. My favorite to pronounce. I refuse to shorten it up. Shout out to you, sir. How are you doing all about your blah, blah, blah? I hope your Friday's well. I am pumped. And yeah, how jacked is Kamaru Usman? That guy came in under 170 pounds, bouncing in his stride. He did not look worn down from a long haul. He looked like he was this Kamaru Usman looks phenomenal. All about your blah blah blah. What he said after his last fight against his defeat of Gilbert Burns, and I don't know all about your blah blah. If you want to warm up, I don't know if you want to play or not. If not, I'm gonna get a warm up with some rando. Coach Pillowhead! What's up, Ed? How dare you, sir? You're lucky that you make me laugh, or else there would be no other difference in our relationship. Kamaru Usman looks fit to kill. He really does. There's a recency bias, and I'm glad to hear that you're good all about your blah, blah, blah. There's a recency bias in that. And we'll just get a quick warm-up here. First fight of Season 7, by the way. Welcome, Ed. How are you doing, my friend? I don't know if it was all about your blah, blah, blah who asked me, or who said that we don't ask each other how we're doing, and that's got to be something I change. With people in my regular life, too. So shout out to this stream, changing my life. Ed20 says, Juice looked massive at weigh-ins. I mean, he didn't look bulky. He looked like he was on the Francis Ngannou diet. He looked like he was on that Francis Ngannou diet. I mean, the guy was not only like jacked, but there was no fat on his body. What does that tell you? This guy has been killing himself with cardio. Yes, all about your blah, blah, blah. Final predictions. That's a great question. So, and I want to hear yours too. Everybody as they come in. So you might get irritated over the next hour and 10 or hour and a half. You're going to get frustrated because I want to hear everybody's pick. So here are mine. With as few words around them as possible, of course, if I can do that. I'm going for, starting off with Bullet versus Valentina Shevchenko versus Jessica Andrade. I'm going to go with Bullet. I cannot. Betting against that woman is probably one of the silliest things you can do in MMA, period. Ed says, say hello to Miss Heavy Hands. We don't give her enough props for letting you stream when you could be chilling with the missus. Yeah, shout out to her. She's in the bedroom right now. Shout out to you, Mrs. Heavy Hands. I don't think she can hear me from here, but she can hear things that I don't think she can hear. So, shout out to her. Thank you, Ed. I appreciate that, and I know she does too, genuinely. But Jessica Andrade is going to give Valentina, who, like I said, is the worst, one of the worst people to bet against. Worse than I always forget the oh my gosh, I always forget her name, and I've known her for over a decade. Champion of 135 and 145, the most famous fighting women right now. Oh my gosh. I don't know what it is about her, but I always forget her name, and I know her well. I've seen all of her UFC fights. My gosh, that's something weird about my brain. But anyways, Shevchenko is going to win that fight. Amanda Nunes. I don't know why that is. Amanda Nunes. Valentina Shevchenko is it's worse to bet against Valentina than it is. Oh shoot. Oh, you said the stream is laggy. Really? Is it laggy for anybody else? All about your blah 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 says it's extremely laggy. But anyways, long story short, Valentina Shevchenko, I'm like lost and confused. Valentina Shevchenko is going to take that one, I think by decision. I think Jessica's going to go all the way with Valentina. Coach lag switching because he'd be struggling to get W. You know what it is. You know how it's got to be, Ed. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. It just cleaned up as you said that. Good. I'm glad. All about your blah, blah, blah. And I'm going with Wei Li. Wei Li is going to, I feel like she's going to beat and finish Rose by the 4th round. That's my pick for the second fight. Wei Li by the 4th round by finish. Obviously, some sort of strike. TKO is my prediction. And as far as the main event, Kamaru Usman versus Jorge Mosfadal, I think Kamaru Usman finishes Jorge Mosfadal in 3. I think Jorge Mosfadal is getting finished in 3. And I mean, I would be shocked if that fight went to decision like the first one did. I really would be. I'd be surprised. I think we might have some awesome. Huddy says my predictions are so cursed. Hey, I'm putting it out there. I'm putting them out there. It is risky. I know that. I've been wrong. At 20 says Wei Li Rose matchup reminds me of Kadar versus Max. We're just gonna see Zhang beat Rose up for 5 rounds. That potentially could happen. We have the same exact picks down to the round. Really? Holy crap! I did not. What? All about your blah blah blah. I'm telling you, we are the same person in a different dimension. You might be on a 5 prediction losing streak. Okay, Huddy. All right, Huddy. And by the way, I'm impressed with the photo change again. Huddy set a Guinness World Record in our last, or maybe 2 streams ago, for having 2 profile pic changes in one UFC 4 stream, Road to the UFC. That is a Guinness World Book record, held by him. And 20 says, Coach says Usman finish. Yes, I'm going out there. I'm going out there to predict an Usman finish. You did keep your name, Huddy, yes. Yeah, I don't think it's that far-fetched. All about your blah, blah, blah says, I think Rose will take the first 2 rounds, but Zhang will pull ahead in the 3rd and finish her by the 4th. Yeah, that, I think, I see where you're coming from. And because Rose is a faster starter, Rose gets off the starting line it's not even fast, it's just consistent. Her movement is stunning. It's just like mesmerizing watching Rose move in the ring. And she starts off that way, and then as she gets tired, she might lose some of that smoothness and effortless movement that she has in the beginning. So I get where you're coming from. I kind of disagree. I think we're going to see Wei Li take every round of this fight. I think it's going to be a dominant performance from her. I'm not just being I think we're going to see a champion, high-end, high-caliber performance from Wei Li. But if Rose comes out here and stunts on her, I mean, what is Rose? I mean, because Wei Li is legit insane. I mean, Rose is next level. She comes out here and does some virtuoso performance. My goodness. We're dealing with a great here for sure in Rose. If she proves me wrong, Ethan has more profile pics, as says, than changes than Usman has hair follicles. Dang. My goodness. Shout out to Male pattern baldness. My goodness. Ed just enjoying his youth and ruining Kamaru Usman's self-esteem. Because I know he watches this stream regularly. Zangang, Huddy says, Usman can finish anyone. Don't get it twisted, Huddy says. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Huddy says, Usman is bald. He shaved his head. Now he's handsome. Well, yeah, I mean, he shaved his head. And it's kind of weird how when he was getting his head shaved, how he was like, yeah. How he was like, just announcing like, hey, I'm shaving my head. All these people are talking crap about me. Look, I'm shaving my head. It was kind of like, man, don't say it. Just do it. Don't let the people know that they got to you. All But Your Blah 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 says, I think Rose's lateral footwork will give Zhang trouble. Joanna's linear footwork was difficult for her to deal with. Rose moves on more dimensions. Yeah, she does. She really does. Kyle Coleman in the building. Yeah, Huddy, yeah, I would agree. I mean, of course, it looks, the bald, clean-shaven look, definitely. El Jefe Choi, what is up? It's finally Friday! Yes, we are free, you guys. Your hard work. Well, you know what? A lot of people have to work on Saturday. So it's not Friday for all of us, but at least enjoy tonight as best you can, guys. Yeah, Rose's footwork she definitely works in all of these dimensions. Her and that's really well said, all about your blah, 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 about her lateral movement. It will be interesting. But Huddy says, do I work on Saturday? No, I have the weekends off, but it hasn't always been that way for me. I've worked jobs where you have to work on the weekend, and it's, not fun to do it. In fact, it's not that it's not fun. It's just that the weekend doesn't mean the weekend like it does for everybody, to people that do have the weekend off. Like, I remember working on the weekends, and you'd hear on the radio, like, oh, it's the weekend. I'm like, I have to work tomorrow. I have to go to bed early and go and do this. But you have your days off in the middle of the week. So, anyways, LFHOI, hot take, Rose going to sleep round 1. Wow, LFHOI came into the stream firing, blazing takes. I mean, we have to call the fire department. Some hot takes there, but I do think I think that's more reasonable to believe than Rose getting the finish in the first round. I think Weili has just the woman is clearly working very hard to improve. I'm not saying Rose isn't, but Rose has been in the game for a while. Huddy's showing some love, some emoticon sexual harassment. Better watch himself. Oh, I thought I was going to get that finish. But anyways, yeah, I think that's quite possible. That Rose could get that finish, round 1. There you go. All right. Yeah, hold on one second. Let me get some water. All right. Now that I've gotten some water, I did get violated a little bit. You did get violated just a little bit. Just a little bit. So all about your blah 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 says, I hope Shevchenko and Andrade get into some clinch scenarios. I'm really interested to see how those play out. Yeah, I want to see. Yeah, Andrade is a scary woman, and I want to see how that plays out too. I'm interested, in the clinching, but I'm just interested to see how those two skills kind of collide. Like, what happens? What does that look like? Because Jessica is so high level. Like, even though she lost her last fight to Rose, she almost beat Rose. It was a close fight. It wasn't like Rose starched Jessica. It started off as a starching. Rose definitely was winning that fight, and she was like looking at A1. And then, Yeah, Huddy, we can never see the great ones lose. That's a hallmark of the greats, and that is the hallmark of the greats. And so one thing you know is that there's another like superstar in waiting at 125, because as long as there's a phenomenal champion, and I'm going to read your comment in a second, Ed. As long as this is how, to me, from what I've analyzed with the UFC, kind of how the popularity and all of this works, like even Conor McGregor, everybody, as long as there's a dominant, seemingly impossible to beat champion in a division, no matter how weak it is otherwise, there's potential for it to explode. So look, Demetrius Johnson, flyweight division was dead. The man who defeats him sparks that whole thing a lot. I mean, it really gave birth to it. Now you got Davison Figueiredo here. You got all this stuff. Valentina Shevchenko's defeat will create another huge star at that division, and then you'll see the proliferation of other talent at 125. People are crapping at 125 right now. It will be something in the future. Back to the comments. Huddy says he can't see Bullet losing. Rear naked! It's Friday. I hope you are having fun tonight, my friends, because I sure am. Ed 20 says Andrade ain't done nothing in her career besides slam Rose. Val destroys her. I do not think this will be a total destruction. I don't think it's possible for this to be a total destruction. Ed sees a great fighter and goes, nah, fam. Yeah, dude, I mean, it's hard. Jessica Andrade, it's hard to have that take, Ed, because Rose is just, Jessica Andrade is very high level. Like, in every fight, even the loss to Rose, like, she's just getting better. And think about this. She's fighting now at 115 or 125. She was fought at, she was depleted, She was depleted at 115, fighting Rose. She's bigger. She's got, it's not going to be that weight cut. This woman is vicious. This is a dangerous fight. This is probably Valentina's most dangerous fight she's ever had. Andrade takes unnecessary shots, and puts herself in the fire. Val's just calculated and measured. All Bunch of Blah, blah, blah says, everyone said DJ had weak competition, then he leaves, and it's suddenly the deepest division in the UFC. Exactly. Dude, Valentina's about to create a champion, and it could be Jessica Andrade. I don't think it is. Or, when I say champion, I meant a star. I don't think it's Jessica, but somebody, Valentina's number is got to be coming up soon. She's been here for a long time, fighting at such a high level. Oh, no. Oh, God. This is going to be a tough fight. This is going to be a wild one, fellas. Oh, my goodness. Ah. Wow. Jeez. This guy's stand-up is... I saw it. When you see these types of picks, like real good, like, mediocre guys, you're like, you're fighting a G. Yeah, this guy's good. This guy's really good. I will get to the comments. I am not ignoring them. I want to get in the conversation. But I don't want to start off the season the way this fight started off. Oh, my man, come on. Oh, so this guy is just, he's got that crazy stand-up. He's got phenomenal stand-up, but he is not as big a threat on the ground, at least right now. Just trying to wear him down. All right, God, man, you guys are firing off. I need to get into this. Ooh, the pre-fight press conference is going on. We're going to get another press conference tonight. I don't know if it's already on, fellas. But here we go. So, all a bunch of blah, blah, blah says, Figgy beats DJ, in my opinion. I don't think so. Not the UFC. Coach, I see you let Francis out of the house. He was at the weigh-ins. Yeah, I let him go somewhere. I let him out the house. Every now and again, he has to do work. He has to get my money. I say, Francis says, can I leave the house and get your money? I said, yeah, Francis, you can go get that money, and you get right back here. I'm not going to ask you twice. And to say DJ is overrated is really harsh, Huddy. I think if you haven't watched all of Figgy's or all of DJ's fights, it's hard to make that take, have that take, man. Oh, Rear Naked, I didn't see your first comment, but I will get to it. So I just want to try to keep this guy on his back. There we go. Not gonna lie, I thought the pressure was disappointing, Ed says. No real back and forth. Jorge wasn't there. Yeah, they really didn't sell the fight very much, but I enjoyed it. I kind of just like the face-off. I do like the other stuff. I love the theater. I absolutely love the theater of a press conference. But, you know, you got to remember, these guys are cutting weight. Conor's just a weirdo, man. Like, he's weird to be the way he was. There's not many people are, you know, I haven't seen the presser. I've given up these days. They're not like what they used to be pre-COVID. Rear Naked, that's interesting. I mean, it wasn't the exact same, but it was pretty close, man. There were fans there. It was, Medichenko! What is up, my guy? Welcome back to the stream. We're kicking off Season 7. We're all talking about what's going down this weekend. By the way, you guys know Anthony... Oh, shoot. Anthony Pettis. I don't know if anybody's seen the results of the Anthony Pettis fight. I don't want to spoil it for you. His PFL fight was tonight. If you haven't had an opportunity to see that... In fact... you should have seen it. By the time you got here, you should have seen it. Anthony Pettis loses his debut with PFL. Loses a decision. Pretty devastating. And an interesting turn of events for Anthony. As his little brother watched him on the Wheaties box, famously, and now his little brother appears to be kind of the man. Brunick says, I guess it depends on what you're looking for. Huddy shedding tears. Of course, he's a huge Pettis fan. Rear Naked says, I guess it depends on what you're looking for in a press conference, but personally, they're nowhere near as entertaining these days for whatever reason. Do you mean... Told you guys what? What do you mean, Jefe? What do you mean told you guys? But what do you mean by not as exciting? Are you talking about, like, what element is missing? Oh, El Jefe Choi, you did call that. You did. Good call. I do remember that. You did call it. To be honest, Nate and Jorge presser was lackluster as well. I thought they'd talk. Yeah, I was disappointed by that as well. And in fact, Jorge wearing the Scarface suit, it was crazy. And by the way, can I go on a little, I know there's a lot of conversation here. I want to go on a quick little rant. I said now, wow, I missed it. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And welcome to everybody. If you haven't had a chance to hit that subscribe, please subscribe. Stalling out at 71 subscribers for whatever reason. Want more people on the team, want more people on the stream. Hit the notification and hit the like. I'm like trying not to get destroyed by this guy in the feet. He's a monster. But Jorge should not have brought that BMF belt to that press conference. I was so annoyed with that move. I'm like, dude, and then to just say he got asked if it's on the line or not. He's like, no, this thing's not on the line. It's not reserved for BMFs. How are you going to lose a fight to somebody and say he's not a BMF? Heidi says, Pettis didn't fight yet, did he? He did. I thought he did. I thought I saw the news on, maybe I didn't see something. But I saw a decision loss for Pettis. So here we go. Oh. Medichenko says, but a BMF is a certain kind of guy, and Usman ain't it. Wow, Medichenko. Come on, dude. If you're putting on that belt, if you're going to have it, oh, God. My goodness. This guy is intense, guys. I would be more in the comments if I could, but this guy, I don't know who's winning. Oh, this guy is really good. Oh! My God. Woo! It's over! Oh my gosh, that was crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy. That guy is a monster. Holy cow. So all bunch blah 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 says Kamaru is the lineal. I want to see how many. Oh, I don't even know how many points he get. Kamaru is the lineal BMF champion. He really is. Rear Naked says, but then again, I'm always looking for comedic value in a presser, and that's about it, to be honest. I get where you're coming from. There was none of that there. And Jorge, you would have thought, could have carried some of that into the press conference. And Medichenko says, but the BMF is a certain kind of guy. I think you misread. I don't see anything either. Okay, and Usman ain't it. But why? Why isn't Usman it? It's because we're British, naked. We're all about the banter. Our palate's different. How Usman's not... Heidi says Usman's not a champion. Okay. If Kamaru Usman fought to the death in their last fight, Usman would be the last one breathing. Pretty BMF-ish to me. Absolutely. I agree with that. I agree with that. If that fight was to the death, Kamaru Usman would have been he would have walked away from that. But Huddy, here's the thing. Huddy says we're discussing a fake belt. Why not the real gold? Here's the thing. The existence of a BMF belt delegitimizes and shows what that other belt is. All a champion is, the championship belt is, it's only a promotional tool. It really doesn't tell you at a given date who the best in a division is. It often indicates who's the best, but there are times that's not the case, because sometimes people's skills develop before they can fight. You see guys that are up and comers that are just monsters that are tearing through the division before they get to the champ. But and Jorge looked pretty gassed from them. From them what? All a bunch of blah, blah, blah. Oh, Matachenko says, I recommend Usman would gas from foot stomps. Now, if they're the best, they will get the gold. Yes, you're right. They will get the gold, but sometimes, like look what happened at heavyweight. There's guys that, lost the belt and got right. Who lost the belt and got it back? There are a couple of guys that have lost the belt and gotten the heavyweight belt back. I think for a long time, the longest title defense was won for quite some time. What time does Pettis Collier? Let me just look this up again. Did I see a misprint here? I thought I saw that on MMA Junkie. Maybe I misread that. I thought I saw the fight already happened, and maybe I'm wrong. Pettis versus Collard. Let me see here. I'm Googling it right now. Okay, here we go. I'm looking it up. I think maybe I did. Wow, I did. I got trolled. I got trolled on Twitter, guys. I saw it, multiple tweets, and I got boomered. I'm a boomer. What can I tell you? I'm a damn boomer. So here we go. I'm actually close to the oldest millennial. I'm not the oldest millennial, but I'm close there. But for this purpose, I'm a boomer in this situation. So my bad for spreading fake news. The fight hasn't happened yet. Apparently it's going down. The main event starts at 6. That's in 10 minutes. Feel free to watch that fight PFL live. You don't need to watch me play video games. We got the real thing kicking off live at 6 p.m. But I do wish you would stay. But we're all here for the fights. White Chalky in the building. Huddy, yeah, no, I spread fake news. That's my fault. I wish I can contact anybody that was in here that heard me misrepresent what happened. Should have verified it, and I learned my lesson there. So my apologies for the miscommunication. Of course, let's get it in. I appreciate that, Ed, my man. Here we go. Ah, yes. The more I play this game, the less I like fighting at featherweight. I used to enjoy it. No Showtime slander, yes. Pettis will probably drop a decision anyways. I don't know Collard. El Jefe Choi. El Jefe Choi. I got him all pumped. He said, I told you. My bad. My mistake. So, before Mosfadal sparks Usman, oh my god, before Mosfadal sparks Usman in the second round. Matachenko, is that your official pick? By the way, we already had official picks. I want to hear all about your blah, blah, blah. Huddy and myself already shared. I don't remember if anybody else did. I want to know. Just as a reminder of my picks and all about your blah, 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 feel free to copy paste what you said as well as Huddy. I'm saying Valentina wins by decision. I'm saying Wei Li wins, finishes the fight by the 4th round. And I'm saying, or in the 4th round, excuse me. And I'm saying that Kamaru Usman finishes the fight by the 3rd. Oh, at 20 also made your picks. Yes, I'm sorry. At 20 made your picks as well. Please, copy-paste those picks in here. Let everybody see them. Madichenko sticking with... That's crazy to me, Madichenko. I need you to come back in here. You can gloat. I will read every one of your comments. I will absorb your words. If that happens, I mean... I will stop denying Jorge Mosfadal. Rear Naked's picks are Shevchenko by unanimous decision. Golly, I got these alerts going off on my computer. Madichenko says he has a feeling. Okay, all right. I've been wrong. I'm not going to hold... Even if you're not right, you know how many... You can listen to most of my predictions. I'm at best 40% at my predictions. So, my God, I'm sorry if you guys can keep hearing that. I can't stand my computer sometimes. It's old and... Let me get my stuff together here, folks. So I can't see the comments. Oh my goodness. Ed 20 says Jorge lands the Anderson Silva front kick and baptizes Usman. Oh my God. Ed, I've never seen, just because we've never seen Jorge throw that type of kick, but Jorge does. Jorge should get more credit because he has excellent kicking technique. Like, it's weird. It's very strange. By the way, I saw a video today of Jorge getting, like, triangle choked. He had, like, a reverse triangle choke that was just brutal. I think Usman gets caught by an elbow or a knee. That's what Madichenko's calling. Very specific. 2nd round, elbow or knee. Huddy says, thoughts on Cowboy Cerrone? Yeah, I mean, it was really disappointing, Huddy. I can't believe it. Huddy, what he's talking about is Huddy pointed out a video of Cowboy Cerrone. I don't want to ruin any positive vibes here. But, Huddy wants to talk about it, and I think it's important to talk about it as well. It's not that Huddy wants to talk about it. It's, there's a video of Cowboy Cerrone, which I wasn't even aware of, and he uses, racial slurs in front of a black guy, and it was pretty rough and weird to see. But I've never seen it. Yeah, Rear Naked said this came out years ago. Yeah, I've never seen it, and it looks like old footage. It looks really old, but it was weird because I never would have thought him to be that kind of guy ever. But you live, you learn. It is life. People say nasty things, and this is a fighting game. Now, you don't ever excuse, I'm just shocked. But, what'd you say? Okay, so you said Usman will get clipped. Hold on one second. Hopefully Cowboy has grown as a person since then, all about you, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you can only hope. You can really only hope. Rear Naked says he's been accused by multiple people, and I did see one other accusation. But, there's a lot of that. There's going to be a lot of that, because think about this. A lot of people that fight... Oh, Brian Redband, welcome back, man. Brian Redband picking Mosfadal, Zhang, Shevchenko. You have to pick the round. We need the round. And I'm about to read all about your... Oh no. Oh, no. I'm about to read all about your blah, blah, blah. Francis is going to be in Usman's corner, yes. You guys, I would be much more responsive to these comments if my computer stopped messing up. Okay, we are back. Brian Redband says, okay, Shevchenko, all about your blah, blah, blah. Would you do me a favor and put your pick, type your pick back in? I just wanted to pop back up here. Anyone betting on the fights? No, I am not. Oh, then I take everything back. What do you take? What do you take back? What do you take back, Medichenko? Okay, then Mosfadal, round 1. KO, then decision for Zhang. Decision. Okay. Mosfadal. Golly, what is up with the Mosfadal KO by round 1? Francis is gonna jump the cage. Francis is gonna jump the cage and just start like Hulk smashing everybody. You know. Could you imagine though if like a Khabib post-fight scenario cracked off for whatever reason and Francis was involved? All about your blah 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 says Shevchenko decision, Zhang decision. Yep, that's right. So we had the round 4 and unanimous decision for Usman. Yeah, I think Usman's gonna get the finish. Francis will stare down Mosfadal. Mosfadal won't be able to concentrate, and Usman will hit him. Yeah, that's exactly what would happen to me. I mean, that's crazy. To be the guy in a fighting organization that can beat up everybody else. You're Francis Ngannou. Could you imagine that you are that guy? Like, there is no tougher guy that you divert your eyes away from. You know what I'm saying? There is none of that. You are the alpha of these alphas. What a feeling to be the heavyweight champion of the world. Could you imagine what it felt like to be Mike Tyson? UFC fighters didn't exist, MMA wasn't what it is nowadays. He was the baddest man in the world. Now, I mean, Francis Ngannou, literally. Huddy says the ultimate alpha, and he's a sweetheart. Yeah, he appears to be a really nice guy. Medichenko says, how can you fight a guy that has a monster in his corner like that staring at you? Yeah, dude, you like throw the fight so you don't get beat down by the Hulk that's in the corner of your opponent. Not gonna lie, there's not enough O's on a check to make me fight Francis. There are enough O's on a check to make me fight Francis, but I'm gonna throw the fight, faking an injury. There are not enough O's to let him punch me in the head. Apex Predator, literally. Yeah, man, think about this. Like, just being even outside of this organization, just being a human being. Like, there's probably somebody else on Earth that's bigger and stronger. Some guy that's not as cut up. Just some huge dude out there that's just is capable of beating up Francis. But there are not many of them. Brian Redband going with Uriah Hall to decision win against Weidman. I agree with your pick, Brian, except for how it ends. I think we're going to see Uriah Hall finish Chris Weidman. And I said it. I think we're going to see a finish. Uriah Hall's having this older age renaissance. I mean, I think it's a little bit of the opponents he's fighting, but he seems to be getting better. Blah Blah says this is a must-win for both of them, but isn't Uriah Hall on a 3-fight winning streak? Am I mistaken again? Am I misinformed? Am I ill-informed again? Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's a wrap! Weidman getting KO'd again. Weidman getting KO'd again. He'll take the rest of the year off. Yeah. If he does get KO'd again, I would think Weidman needs to take a break. He still has his eye on the title, which is admirable, but Weidman was fighting for his life. All about your blah, blah, blah says he was fighting for his life in that Askarov fight. He totally was. That was a struggle to survive. It was a tough fight, man. But he did it. At the end of the day, he did do it. Oh no, I don't want to fight at the ladies' divisions, but we'll do it. Taj Tennant! What up, my man? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to your team, my guy. Hit that like button, please. If you hadn't hit that like button, hit it for me. Want more people to experience being on the team, having fun, joining us. Let's go. Jessica Andrade in the building. Brian Redband said, but Weidman out-grappled his last opponent, so maybe he can win fights that way. Yeah, I mean, Weidman, if he's going to do it, he's got to, it's not going to be that old school Weidman that's, mowing guys down, like, Captain America. Crazy thing is that Prime Weidman would have been the worst matchup for Izzy. Yeah, I don't know if that's even true. Is it wrong for me to look? Can we look at Chris Weidman's run? He beat an older or an aging Machida, an aging, God, I'm just, names are falling out of my mind right now. The testosterone-filled guy with the, what I'm talking about, and an older Anderson Silva. I mean, his run was Vitor Belfort. Thank you, Brian Redband. There were so many, kind of aging or on, or on the back end of their career. Thank you all about your blah, blah. Yes, yes. Thank you for helping a boomer out. That's what it was. I mean, if you look at his run, it was admirable. I mean, before that, the Mark Munoz victory, it was like, dude, Mark Munoz was on his way out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just kind of weird. It was just a weird kind of run, and I get it. He was good. He was fighting what was there. But I don't know. I don't think that Weidman would have beaten Izzy. That Weidman is not better than Israel Adesanya. I'm sorry. That would have been I think Izzy would have destroyed Chris Weidman. And who knows? Either of us could have been right. None of us know, but got the takedown on Shevchenko. Huddy says Izzy would kill Prime Weidman. I mean, yeah, it just, the skill set, it looks like he's primed to get Izzy'd, So here we go, fighting Valentina Shevchenko. I struggle so much. Medichenko says Prime Anderson versus Izzy. I watch Anderson Silva fights every now and again. And I love Anderson. He is my favorite. I like his personality. I like how he interacted with his opponents. I like Anderson so much. And I know it's like recency bias. Red Band says, outstriking Weidman outstriking what's his name would never happen. Yeah, and I agree too. But I would say, Medichenko, to answer your question, I would just say no. I would say Izzy would beat Anderson Silva. I mean, when you look at Anderson Silva's fights, he was so far ahead of his time at the time. But then you look at it, when you look at it, it's like, man, it really looks kind of old school. It doesn't look like Izzy. Izzy looks like the future. He looks like a maturation of the sport. And it's like not a fair comparison because Izzy learned from Anderson Silva. It was an influence on him. And, he's improved on things. So and Medichenko says, all right, shut up. I agree. Yeah. It's a lot of words to say that. Kurt, scroll down on the pause menu. Oh, what? Hey, JMMA, welcome, by the way. JMMA says, Kurt, scroll down the pause menu and go to quit. Oh, that's cold-blooded. I don't know what's wrong. You're an angry guy sometimes, JMMA, but I'm not going to do that. I'm staying in the fight. I'm going to survive. Shout out to you. Shout out to your channel. Here we go. We are moving forward here. Brian Redband, what a great come from behind finish, too. Coach getting bullied. Ed's getting him next. Yeah, I got to stop getting bullied out here. Medichenko agrees with you on what? Let's see here. Moving forward. Jay is the coach. Coach is about to go on a losing streak. Jay, no, there's no such thing as bad luck. There's no man that is bad luck on me. I control my crappy fights. There's no bad luck. Here we go. Woo! Can Whitaker beat Adesanya? Whitaker's one of my favorites. Who knows, man? I mean, he can, obviously, because somebody else was pointing out that Whitaker was winning. He was getting the better of Adesanya before the knockdown in the first round. He was, and he has a phenomenal skill set. Robert Whitaker is a super dangerous opponent for Izzy. I wouldn't bet against Izzy at middleweight, just personally. I wouldn't, but I wouldn't be like floored. I'd be shocked if a number of other middleweights beat him. Woo! It's a wrap! Let's put it down. JMA trying to be bad luck. Can't do it to me. Imagine not getting them takedowns. Couldn't be me. Wow. We had to shut him down. We shut Jay down. Jay's the curse. About to go on Lucy. There is no such. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to feel like Jorge will win tomorrow. A lot of people are saying that. And it's just not the case. Coach broke the curse. Shout out to breaking curses. Shout out to curses not existing. Oh my goodness. So here we go. I cannot believe this. We're 53 minutes in. This is going to be a longer stream. Maybe. I don't know. We'll get a couple more fights in. How did Marvin get a title shot? Who's Marvin? So here we go. JMMA, Chad Okocinco is betting on Jorge tomorrow. I hope he makes a bunch of money. Yeah, if anybody hasn't seen that, yeah, all about your blah, blah, blah. I touched on that earlier about the BMF belt. One of the most disgusting things I've seen was that, I hate to use the word disgusting, but it was, Vittori. I'm sorry, Marvin Vittori. I'm sorry. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. And I think that fight it's a silly fight. I think Robert Whitaker definitely earns that shot over Marvin Vittori. I'm not as interested in that. Hey, Medichenko has to get some sleep. Have a great stream. Thank you, my man. Have a good one. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Huddy, most famous MMA Italian. No, I don't know what's going on. I'm just not thinking clearly. I dropped Vitor Belfort's name. I dropped Amanda Nunez's name. I've just been at the computer all day. I'm just not firing on all cylinders when it comes to recall right now. But I'll get it back. Medichenko out of the building. JMA says, I read something that Israel wanted to be active and fight in the fall while Vittori was free. Well, that's great. I know who he is, and I was telling Coach. Yes, he definitely knows who he is. I've spoken about Vittori's fight on the stream. Marvin Vittori's fight on the stream. Francis gave Coach a concussion. Absolutely. You know he did. He fights back sometimes. but it's not like I always get back up. LL Nameless. This is going to be a tough fight. I can feel it already. But Chris Lee still being a terrible judge, and has a lot of people think that Vettori won the first fight. If you actually watched it, it wasn't even... I can't see the rest of that comment. So here we go. This is going to be a careful affair here. Yes. Anthony Smith or Jim Crew. Brian, I can't bet on Anthony Smith. I think Anthony Smith is one of those guys. I have so much respect for Anthony Smith. I think he's a great fighter. I think he'd be great in Bellator. Huddy says his dog's harassing me for food when his bowl's full. He wants it overflowing, Huddy. He doesn't just want it full. He wants it overflowing. Yeah, Lionheart is 50-50. He's great on air. Like, if he wants to convert to, his on air, his analysis is great. I think he does really well on TV. I enjoy him. I like his personality. If anybody hasn't heard the story about his house getting robbed by a wrestler on, like, meth, and he had the fight of his life against the guy that was all drugged up, I think, and broke into his house. Let me see here. This is tough. I will get to the comments in just a second. Oh, it was a tough round. Jeez. Okay, so it says Lionheart's 50-50. I think JMMA says, I think he's a great fighter. Proceeds to say he will be good in Bellator. Yeah, I don't think bad fighters are in Bellator, Jay. JMMA, there are a lot of good fighters. You don't have to be at the peak of your career or UFC championship level to be a great fighter. You can be both. Those are not mutually exclusive, ideas or notions, being in Bellator and being a great fighter. So I think it's fair. He's a UFC black belt, which is what you need. You need to be a UFC black belt. But yeah, you're right, Jay. I don't think he's going to go into a jiu-jitsu tournament and get a win or be a force in the jiu-jitsu world. This is a tough fight here. Oh. Oh my goodness. She is going hard. This is a heck of a fight. I need to block a transition here. I need to do it. I need to make sure. Huddy says 80% of Bellator sucks. I mean, you have to define what sucks. You have to say, well, what sucks about them? There's some high talent. There are a lot of really great guys in Bellator. I mean, they're just like transitioning. Here we go. Trying to be calm and collected here. Y'all have superhuman expectations for fighters. What do you mean by that? JMA says 90% of Bellator sucks. Wow, that's harsh. My goodness. Jay, all about your blah blah blah. What do you mean by that? Who is that directed to, and what do you mean by that? Bellator has 15 good fighters. I don't know how. I mean, what's the barometer? What is the measurement that we're saying are good fighters? I mean, there's some high-level guys in there, man. There are guys in Bellator that could win fights against, top 15 opponent, like a guy that's ranked 15 in the UFC. I mean, what are we saying? Is it that just because you're in the UFC, you are good? Now, that might be a fair statement. Huddy says Bellator doesn't have... Yeah, that they might not. Huddy might be right there. They might not have as many, entertaining fighters, or fighters that are much more likely to put on, a stellar or, mesmerizing performance. That I can get with. There's not... The top end of Bellator is definitely not at the top end you see at the UFC. I would never make that argument. The UFC has, without a doubt, a collection of the highest caliber and the deadliest, or the most skilled fighters in the world. It's in the UFC. There's some of them there. I don't know if one FC is as fleshed out. I'm not as familiar with what one has to offer. I do know one has some very high level talent. Oh no. Crazy. Oh my God, I needed that. I needed that badly. Everybody and their mom saying Justin's an elite wrestler. If we're talking about Justin Gaethje, I didn't see the comments before that. Justin Gaethje, I've heard can wrestle. I've heard that he is, and at least is a competent wrestler. Which is, it makes you wonder why he hasn't, used that ability when he was, pre-UFC. He was not wrestling people. And I became aware of him. He said JMA says Justin cannot wrestle. Really? Maybe I mistaken, because I haven't seen him wrestle, but I could have sworn I've heard that he's had some background in wrestling. Oh no. Should not have let that happen. Huddy says he wants to see Justin versus Conor. Yeah, I saw those two going at it on Twitter, and I think that would be an interesting fight too. JMA says he barely made All-American. He's 11th or 13th, which qualified All-American. Well, so then he does. He has some competency wrestling. he has an ability to wrestle. He has a background with wrestling. He understands the fundamentals. He never demonstrated that. Oh, God, no. Coach said, no, that's not, no, Coach, that's not good. But, you know, against a guy that you might find, I forget, was it Titan FC that he fought in, or was it Legacy? Maybe it was Titan FC. I mean, Brian Redband says, well, JMMA, Koscheck was a 4-time All-American, and, well, he didn't reach the highest feats of MMA. Very true.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, the judges' scorecards for a decision.
It's a wrap!
30-27.
Oh, my God.
Judge 2 scores it 30-27.
I don't know how that was a split.
And Judge 3 scores it 30-27 for the winner by split decision. Jessica.
One judge gave her all 3 rounds. That doesn't even make sense. I want to see the scorecard. LL Nameless. Almost stealing a fight from me. I really thought it was a dominant performance. We threw the exact same number of fights. I had 5 minutes of ring time. Huddy, Koscheck hit his moment, I guess. He did. Koscheck was not a bum. Koscheck was not a bum. In his prime, the reason why Tyrone Woodley talks about the Koscheck knockout was because there were high expectations for Koscheck, or for Koscheck, yes. And he was a force at one point. I mean, I thought he was a very good fighter. And a lot of people didn't like him, Huddy. A lot of people didn't like him, Huddy. I think that was part of his shtick. That was part of his deal, was to be not very likable, you know. So, let's run. Let's run another one. We got some time. Let's go. I said we got some time. Let's go. Let's see what's out there, folks. We going Jessica Andrade again. Huddy says the biggest faker in UFC history is Josh Koscheck. Are you talking about the biggest faker in UFC? Are you talking about the Josh Koscheck getting punched after the bell thing? Is that what you're talking about, by Paul Daly? Is that what you're talking about? Calvillo. I don't know who Calvillo's fighting. Let me look it up. Let me educate myself. My wife just got back to the apartment. I told her to get out there and go get me some pizza now. And, she went ahead and did that like I told her to. Just like Francis Ngannou. She went ahead and did exactly as I say. Oh, I know Cynthia Calvillo. I know Cynthia Calvillo fight tonight. JMA says, no, she said, I'm getting pizza, and just left. How dare you, Jay? Oh, okay. Want to make sure that I wear this person down. I see the style right away. It's super difficult to deal with for me. My wife says, tell Jay he's right. No, you did not. You did not just choose to go. So here we go. Oh, that was almost a huge mistake. That could have gotten me rear naked choked right there. I feel like Jessica should have the crucifix. She does not. Here we go. No. Coach is a Sigma male. What is that? Coach, do you like Usman's new... I can't see the comments. Coach, do you like Usman's new bald look? I really can't tell. I don't feel like it's... Hey, one thing I'm not is a... Hey, if I see simping in here, I don't want to have to start busting shots to let everybody know what's going on. I'm not going to be bullied and made fun of. And be crying because of you guys again. It's not happening again. So I don't see that big of a difference in Usman's look. I honestly don't. Hey, no simping, coach. Pimping. I stay pimping. So here we go. I said, get the money. So here we go. I think that round was mine. Brian Redman said, was Usman's hairline that bad? Yeah, no, it never bothered me. I really never noticed it. I don't even understand why people were going at him for the hairline. It never stuck out to me. I never even noticed it. I don't know. I really didn't notice his hairline being that bad. But people really gave him a hard time about it, and it stuck. And even to the point to where he's talking about it. Oh God, this guy is coming out the gates hot. Oh, my God. Colby has a McDonald's hairline. He can't say anything. Yeah, I don't even understand, like... Oh. Yeah, I don't understand why people, why that's even a thing. I don't know, who cares? Oh my goodness. Here we go. My gosh. Ah. Man, I thought I blocked that. Oh no. Oh. Yes. All I look down, I see all about your blah 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 says Hendo is cute as, hey, whatever floats your boat. All about your blah 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 into older guys. Oh God. Oh, that was tough. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. That was a rough one, but we did it. We made it out of that round. I don't know who won. Oh, she probably did. Huddy says, hey, Dave Fretz! What's up, my man? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the team. Shout out to Dave Fretz. Give him a follow on Twitter. Can't believe you're here. Feel like I'm meeting a celebrity. What's up, my man? Cheers to you. Are you watching the fights right now? I think PFL is on right now. I think it started at 6, unless I got that wrong too. I already thought I was mistaken and thought I saw that Pettis had already lost. I thought the fight already happened. Mistakenly said that he had lost the decision, and people found out that, nope, coach was crazy. Fight wasn't on. PFL, there you go. PFL, it's going down. And he pointing out that I got trolled easily. Yes, I did. My boomer self got trolled hard. Getting bullied by some millennial out there, or some, not millennial, I am a millennial. Getting bullied by some Gen Z or whatever the heck's out there nowadays. Right. Dave Fred says, us boomers, yeah. It's the truth, man. You'll be in the retirement home soon. Trying to choke out Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Ah! Dave Fred said, you're not sure what you are. Well, from what the marketing, because this is essentially, when we're talking about what we are, you know, are you a boomer? Are you Gen Y? Are you Gen Z? These are all marketing terms. These are, you know, things that marketing companies have created to know what products appeal to you and what you're interested in, generally speaking. So if you're 39 or below, you're considered a millennial. Above that, Gen X. True boomers are like 1975. So I think you're Gen X. I think you're Gen X, my man. Huddy says that's something a boomer would say. That's very spot on, Huddy. That's very spot on. That's exactly what a boomer would say, like myself and like Dave. Dave Fred says that's it, Gen X. Yeah, you are Gen X. What gen are you? I forget all about your blah blah blah. You're 1999. You might still be a millennial, and I forget what they called the ones afterwards. Before Gen Z, but after millennials, I think there was one, and I can't remember the name. For the life of me, I can't remember.